All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to week number 13. That is right, week number 13 of your 7314 class, which is your reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. JSK Austin, and we are going to have kind of a shorter check-in video this week because I'm not actually even going to demo and do sort of an intro on any resources this time around. I'm just going to tell you they exist basically, and then I'll let you go from there. Because the thing with the resources that I'm going to talk about this week, the three resources that I'm going to talk about this week are going to be resources that are, well, for one thing, one of them isn't even really a library resource anymore. It's just free over the web. I remember when it used to be more of a library resource to get all of the content, but that's not the case these days. But I'm going to talk about three foreign language learning things because some of you may not be aware that your libraries a lot of times do support learning language software and allow you to learn a language for free. So that's something that we're going to talk about today. And that's not going to take very long because I basically just have to tell you what they are, and then you can find out from your local public library which one they have, if any. And then you can go from there. All right, so let's get started by looking at our to-do list. Let's see what's going on with that. So as you can see here on week 13, we don't have a whole lot going on anymore. We are almost at the end of the course. So you do have your final discussion prompt, which will be due on April 28th. So that is going to be, I don't know why I made that due on a Friday. If I need to adjust that, I will. But that might be some sort of calendar nuance. I'll look that back up. And if I do need to adjust that, I will make a note. But your final, I think I may just push that out to April 30th. I don't think that April 30th is a holiday. So we're going to make this due actually on April 30th. So by the time you're looking at this video, that should be adjusted. And then your semester-long project is going to be due on May 8th. So when we talk about April 30th, that's going to be that final discussion board prompt is going to be due a week from Sunday. And then on May the 8th, which I think is reading day, we're going to, but that Monday you are going to have your semester-long projects due. So if you haven't done or haven't started on your semester-long project, you need to start yesterday, as in you need to start today as soon as you see this video, okay? So that's pretty much it. If you have not turned in the LibGuide, there will probably be some point deductions, but you need to still go ahead and do that as well. The LibGuide is a huge part of your grade. And I have not honestly had time to check to see if everybody has turned in their LibGuide. I've been pretty busy, which is also why I am recording this on Wednesday when I try to usually record them on Monday and Tuesday. But we don't have any sessions left, and you don't have any major assignments left outside the semester-long project. So there you go with that. And with that said, let's go ahead and talk about some free language learning resources. Now, first of all, you all probably actually are already familiar. A lot of people are familiar with Duolingo. And so I will say that if you're not familiar with Duolingo, but you don't have a library like a lot of public libraries, like let's say you are working in a public library or you go to work in a public library where you know, maybe it's a rural public library and you don't have a lot of resources and that sort of thing, which would be the case with my home library. Or there could be any other number of reasons why your public library wouldn't offer Rosetta Stone Library Edition or Mango Languages, which are two library databases that are devoted to helping people learn foreign languages. So if you do not have access to either of those, then remember that Duolingo is an app that is completely free. At least the regular Duolingo is completely free. There is Duolingo for schools, and some libraries actually do subscribe to the Duolingo for schools. And so those things would be for free. There is a premium Duolingo that is ad-free. I think the regular Duolingo is ad-supported, but there is a super Duolingo, which is ad-free. So again, just remember that Duolingo exists, and that way, again, if you work somewhere that does not have access to the upper tier Duolingo and also does not have Rosetta Stone Library Edition and doesn't have Mango languages, then Duolingo is something that you probably want to go ahead and tell your patrons about if you have a patron that comes in looking for support with learning a foreign language. Now, also, if you work at an academic library, I've seen these language learning softwares offered a lot at public libraries, but not so much at academic libraries, and I don't know about school libraries. I guess that would be a question for Denise Atkins. But having said that, yes, for the academic libraries, again, if you do not have access to the to things like Rosetta Stone or to to any of these foreign language databases, then as an academic librarian, you can still at that point also tell your students, well, hey, yeah, we don't have anything through the library, but did you know about this free app Duolingo? It is app supported, but and then you can go on, give them the spiel, tell them how to download it, and it's done. And there are a lot of languages supported. So they say over 40 languages. I believe that you can actually pull up, what is this? Okay, let me pause this for a second. Okay, so this shouldn't be too out of date given that it's February 2023. We're now in April 2023, so it can't be that long ago. And these are the things that people are learning, but this is a list of languages. I believe there are 40. Yeah. So, yeah, these are the ones that you had. Oh, Zulu. I didn't even know they had that as an option. And some of these beta ones are ones that are just kind of coming out and again in beta form, so they're going to have some improvements coming. Swahili, so you can see that you're going beyond the typical offerings of of Spanish and French that tend to be offered in like high schools and things like that. We have a lot of things that were being offered here. Greek. Oh Lord, Latin. People don't even really speak Latin anymore, but Greek and Latin are definitely things that you can learn. Like I know people who do New Testament studies, and so they had to learn Greek because they were studying things in the Greek language. So you got things like that going on, okay? So yeah, that's your list of languages there. And again, Duolingo is free. They do have a premium tier, but it's free for those original 40 languages as long as you're willing to pay for the ads. Now, there are things that are offered through public libraries, so let's take a look at those. All right, so we talked about Duolingo enough. Let's go ahead and just get you all introduced to two other things. And by the way, I'll put the hyperlink to this little read. It's a 5-minute read. It's very quick from 2018. But I'm going to put the link into the announcement along with this video. And so let's take a look at one of the other two things that she talks about as far as subscription online database type things. The first that she mentions is Mango languages. Now, Mango is a big deal. If you all don't know that, you will know it once you start conferencing. If you start conferencing Mango, they have booths at so many of the bigger library conferences, including ALA, LibLearnX. I think they are at PLA, the Public Library Association conference and that sort of thing. And they also throw parties. Like they legit, when we were in Las Vegas in particular one year, they legit threw a pretty live party. And I know it's weird to say that about about a party at a library conference, but nah, for real. There were free drinks. We were all having a good time and everything. So that's how Mango is. Mango is pretty well off, so they have a high visibility within our field. But having said that, that's good for us because it allows you to learn more languages. So they got 71 languages and counting. This was 71 as of 2018, but I know there are more now. And this one is sort of, I would say that Mango is very interactive. I've played around with Mango a little bit. It's very interactive. It has kind of a pleasant sort of layout as far as like, at least it used to have people like avatars that would interact with you and those sorts of things. So let's do the see all here. I'm actually in the Mango I'm accessing Mango as a guest, but I'm in Mango right now, and I'm going to the see all, and I'm going to go ahead and do a more common language. I was trying to learn Swahili before I got married and had kids, or had a kid. So I'm not doing that anymore. So what I'm doing now is we're going to go ahead and look at one of the more popular languages so that we can see all of the oh, come on. What is going on? Okay, well, let me pause again. Hold on. Okay, I actually was in Spanish. I don't know why it feels like it skipped a page or something with me, but anyway. So you can go back into Start Learning, get something that'll load up here. I'll skip the tutorial for right now, so you won't see this on your screen, but down below, actually I can pull it down. So there's like a little tutorial that you can do. I'm going to skip that for now because, again, we're going to try to keep this video kind of concise. And then if you want to watch the tutorial and get into Mango, then you can do that. But you get, basically you get modules, and the modules include goals and that sort of thing. And so you can just start.
Listen to the following conversation. By the end of this chapter, you'll be ready to have conversations like this one. Hola. ¿Cómo está usted?
¿Cómo está usted?
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Estoy bien.
Estoy
Gracias.
bien. Gracias.
¿Y usted?
¿Y usted?
Estoy bien también.
Estoy bien también.
Gracias.
Gracias.
¿Qué día tan
¿Qué día
frío?
tan frío?
Bueno, que tenga un
que
buen
tenga
día.
un buen día.
Igualmente.
Igualmente.
Adiós.
Adiós.
All right. And so then if you play around in the database a little more, it's going to give you a little more information and teach you some of that vocabulary and everything. Now, they did, I believe, remove some of the features that I used to like in Mango. Actually, Mango used to have like this kind of cartoony thing where you had like this cartoon avatar and you could kind of have a conversation with it. But I have not seen that in going into Mango of late, but it could be that it's just a feature that's placed somewhere else now. I don't know. And again, you know, professors stay busy. I really haven't had the time to check. But so that's Mango. And Mango, like I said, it really is the most popular, I think, library-based resource, even over Duolingo and Rosetta Stone Library Edition. And I don't have access to any, I don't have access to Rosetta Stone Library Edition with any of the libraries that I'm a member of, but I will say that it gets this mention. So Rosetta Stone Library Edition, I'm sure you all have seen, like, you can buy Rosetta Stone, and it's pretty expensive. The last time I saw, you know, this is how old Dr. Jace is. I remember going into Best Buy, and you could actually, like, buy CDs for Rosetta Stone to learn it. But those CDs would be, like, between $250 and $500 for those languages. So you had that going on, and I don't even see where they are selling that now in Best Buy. The last few times I went into Best Buy, I didn't see anything like that. I know a lot of computers don't have CDs anymore, CD drives anymore, and then also, again, something like Duolingo may have put Rosetta Stone out of that market or displace them out of that market a little bit, because you can learn a lot of that same stuff for free on Duolingo that you would have paid for Rosetta Stone for. I don't even see commercials for Rosetta Stone the way I used to. I used to see them a lot, now I don't. But a lot of libraries still do have Rosetta Stone Library Edition, so that's a thing that still exists and is out there. So those are your 3 online resources. Now, I do also want to say that most libraries do also have materials that are in Spanish or other languages, and then also you can get most libraries will have like English to Spanish, English to French type dictionaries, and that's in that sort of thing. So those are other resources that people can use, and then CDs as well. So those are other resources that people can use in order to try to learn a foreign language. So I wanted you all to be aware of those things, but we're not going to go into introducing those things right now. And again, I hope you sped this up. If you did, this has been less than 15 minutes. So, hey, let's stop it right here. But I did want to check in with you because I missed you guys and I like you all a lot. And I will join you next week for what might actually be a very long video if I have the time to make the English resources video, the language arts resources video. So if I do that one, it's going to be about an hour long, so be prepared, but you'll speed that up too. All right, that is it. I am Dr. Jason. At week 13, we are almost at the end of the race. Stay tuned, and we will see you next week. Thank you.